If you don't think you can, then you won't. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Listen, can we pick up where we left off from a previous episode? So what gave Tina Turner that courage to challenge her abusive relationship and to finally get out of that horrible situation? It's very clear to me that every single one of us have both the courage and the fear that reside within us. But it was her fear that dominated her life, as well as the lack of belief that she could do anything about it to change her situation. While chanting NAM MYOHO RENGE KYO, Miss Turner was able to tap into her courage deep within her life and made that the dominant force. The manifestation of this courage was revealed, was elevated, and empowered Miss Turner to be able to fight like never before and win. You know, I'm reminded of a time I had asked, can a person really chant about anything? Can we chant about changing our money issues or maybe our health issues? What about if I have a horrible boss? Can I chant for him to be fired or for him to just, maybe be a kinder person? So let's get into this. First of all, I want you to know that chanting NAM MYOHO RENGE KYO is a practice. It's an action. It's something we do every day. Why? Well, because human beings are generally a weak species. We are often swayed by many things from outside of our lives, right? I mean, things like television shows and their commercials. There's the vanity. There's iPhones. So the mind is easily swayed from moment to moment. So chanting provides focus. Chanting provides a kind of discipline. Chanting is the impetus that allows us to make wise causes that yield positive effects. Do you remember in another episode, I spoke briefly on these universal or these principal laws which kind of govern our universe? So when we chant, we connect with, we plug into this mystic law. When we chant about our health, for example, we actually become in rhythm with this mystic law, or this wonderful law of the universe, and begin to feel empowered. We begin to feel better about ourselves. And so when we are happier, our stress levels become lower. When our stress levels are lowered, our organs become happier too, and they really perform their role much more efficiently. This philosophy, called Soka Gakkai Nichiren Buddhism, is profound. This philosophy teaches us that fundamentally, our lives are not separate from our environment and that everything is connected. So if we are having difficulties with our boss, for example, the key to change that situation is to chant to elevate our life state. To chant to be able to summon forth the courage, the confidence, and the wisdom to respond in a way without becoming stressed or angry. Because it's so easy to be pulled into that orbit of complaint and anger. Don't you think? So chanting NAM MYOHO RENGE KYO, it puts our lives back in rhythm with the universe. This then leads to a change within, often termed inner transformation. In other words, when we change, our environment changes too. When spring arrives, for example, and the flowers are in bloom, we walk up to that flower and think, my goodness, such beauty. Then we might lean in and take in the jasmine or the lavender scent. With a smile on our face, we might think, delightful. So in that moment, the floral scent becomes the cause. And the effect has a positive impact on our lives. Would you agree? Endorphins are being released in the brain, So when we smile more and more, our world looks different. Subsequently, when that happens, our actions are different too. Now let's flip this. War is happening all around us, not just on the traditional battlegrounds, but often in our families, in our communities. We worry so much about our children and our loved ones, and often are unable to sleep and dream wonderful dreams. We become restless. And because of these worries, our stress levels remain high, causing all kinds of health issues ranging from high blood pressure to the reduction of much needed brain cells, resulting in what? The shrinking of the brain. Now I know this may be difficult to fathom, but it's true. So this is the inseparability of oneself and our environment. We are two, but yet we are not. Does this make sense? Listen, this is not the Buddhism of yesterday. It's not the Buddhism where men have shaved heads and went to the mountains to meditate and achieve enlightenment. And this is not the teachings from thousands of years ago where women were not treated as equals. We don't pray to a Buddha statue. We don't sit under a tree to meditate for hours on end. That was the past. That was for that time period. This is now. Soka Gakkai Nichiren's Buddhism speaks to the dignity and the respect for all life, and that every single one of us has the capacity to manifest this power from within to change our circumstances when chanting NAM MYOHO RENGE KYO. Soka Gakkai Nichiren's teachings is a humanistic philosophy. A philosophy that, while practiced, empowers us to win over our suffering and become absolutely happy in this lifetime. Remember something. You are a powerful you. You are a powerful you. But if you don't feel that way, then you'll never get to where you want to go. I don't know of any other way of saying it. If you want to be happy, if you're tired of suffering and feel no hope for your future, then you must fight. All of us must learn to make wise causes every day to create the fortune in our lives that's required to allow the best of us to emerge and become happy, even in the midst of our struggles. Chanting NAM MYOHO RENGE KYO works whether you believe in it or not. You will only know its power when you experience the benefit from chanting. You can do it. We can do it. Let's win together. Okay? So in our next episode, we'll talk about self-reflection. I'll see you then.